we go. Do the emotes again. Close that. Get a drink here. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I really need to have a what'd you call it? I need to add a stream element thing, and I forgot to do it. Anyways, there is some what do you call it? Dang it, where's my thing? There's some trigger warnings with this. What were the trigger warnings? Usually Panda has it memorized, so I can't. Okay, so the trigger warnings are self-harm, suicide, sexual assault, abuse situations, slight depictions of homophobia. So for anybody that may have a concern for that, let me add this. There you go. And then, you know, I totally forgot to do all of this. I found a way how to do the iRaffles, but I didn't find a way how to do it automatically. Now I can't. I don't know where they are. Oh well, okay. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and go, I guess, without it. Because I don't remember how to do it. Alright, so chapter 10, The Ladies of the Inn, Part 2. After some time, once I was dressed properly, I went to wander around to try and locate the woman, and I found a door that had been shut previously, and now it was ajar, with shadows beyond it and the cracking of a whip beyond it that was paired with a small cry of pain. I quietly peeked inside, and what I saw made me gasp. The lady Myrna had one of the girls bound up naked on a St. Andrew's cross. Her skin was marked up with welts from the flogger that Lady Myrna held. I kept watching until Myrna looked up at me, and it startled me, and I immediately scurried back and away from that door. I was blushing so hard, and it was a while before I made my way down to the dining room of the inn. Stepping foot into that room made all three women fall silent and stand to face me with their hands folded neatly in front of them. The Lady Myrna stepped forward to me. "Oh, I am so glad you were able to join us, Mr. Blackwater." I nodded, still trying to process what I had seen earlier in that basement room when I had explored earlier. I must have still had a slightly disturbed look upon my face, for when they sat down, Lady Myrna cleared her throat to get my attention. "Mr. Blackwater, based on your expressions, I suppose you have some questions as to what you saw earlier." I nodded. "Yes, and please just call me Corvin," I gently requested of them. The Lady Myrna began to explain what they did at this inn. They entertained men and even women, as well as the rare occasional customer who identified and in between those genders, which was rare in these parts. These three women often were requested to bring sexual pleasure through pain and humiliation. I can't even talk right now. I blushed as they went into greater details of all the sexual activities that had performed. I tried my best to play it off as I knew what they were talking about, but in all reality, I had no clue of any of it at all. One of the younger ladies was looking at me and tapped Lady Myrna on the shoulder before whispering into her ear. Her eyes went wide and this soft in her gaze before continuing on to say, "Corvin, based on your confused expressions, I take this to mean you have never been to a brothel or an inn like ours before now, have you?" I blushed even deeper. Give me 1 second. I'm off. There we go. I blushed even deeper. No, I haven't, ma'am. I tried to loosen the collar of my shirt only to realize that the shirt I wore was not my own. And what made it worse was that this shirt was an open collar. So instead of cloth, I was grabbing at my own throat. I groaned as I realized just how awkward of a fool I was making myself out to be in front of these beautiful women. I groaned louder and hid my face in my hands as the women chuckled lightly. "Oh, Corvin, you sweet, innocent young lad." The young women slowly moved around me, with the two younger ladies putting their hands gently on my shoulders in a simple caress. "You are a virgin, aren't you?" I was asked, and when I blushed further and looked at her still confused, she smiled before clarifying, "Meaning that you, Corvin, have never been with anyone in a sexual manner?" My eyes went wide in shock as I went a deep crimson color. I stuttered out, No. I was beyond embarrassed by this. I was never given the opportunity to do so. So no one ever looked at me in that manner. Not that anyone could ever love or feel anything towards the likes of me, a plague doctor. So I've always just taken care of my own needs with my hand, I said as I became a blushing mess. "A good-looking lad like yourself? I am shocked to say the least," Lady Myrna said before exchanging a few glances with the other women. I was so confused by the looks and the soft murmurs that went completely over my head. Slowly, I ate the meal that was placed in front of me. I simply wanted to sink down in my chair and just disappear. In that moment, I could have just simply died. I felt like a failure of a man simply because I had not gotten laid by this point in my life. I tried not to show it, but by this point in time, they all knew it. So when I finished my meal, I was relieved when all three left the room. I stood up and sat on a chair by the fireplace. Hiding my face in my hands, I tried to forget everything that had happened. I was beyond embarrassed and decided that I would take my leave tomorrow morning. It would spare me further embarrassment, I decided. I must have dozed off because when I awoke, it was dark outside. And Jeanette had her hand on my shoulder and had been the one to wake me up. "Corvin, I think you might have dozed off, my dear," she said in a soft, gentle tone. "May I sit?" I was confused by her question, but nodded. And before I could react, she sat down directly in my lap. Sorry, give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, guys. Okay. By the way, I think if I do this, the raffles will work. There you go. Okay. I don't know how to do it automatically yet. Alright. Where was I? I was startled and alarmed by this. Never had anyone ever sat in my lap. I wasn't sure what to do with her. She smiled at me before saying, "You really never have been with anyone, have you?" I shook my head no. As she gently took my hand, I watched her every single move closely. I hope none of us scared you, Corbin, with our talk of such things. After seeing your reaction, I thought it best to come and speak to you. And Geta then placed my hand on her lap. More specifically on her mid-thigh. My breathing quickened, and I blushed maddeningly. I looked down at my hand, and then at her. She was gazing at me in turn. "I could stop at any time, Corbin, if you wish," she said, but instantly I shook my head no vigorously. I really did not want her to stop as she moved my hands even further up her thigh. I would absolutely be lying if I had tried to say my body was not reacting to her. My pants were starting to get a bit tight around the crotch. My jaw tightened in my attempt to maintain personal control. She slowly moved my hand up her thigh fully to her hips. I thought she would stop there, but I was wrong. My hand was moved up her waist before placed firmly upon her breast. My heart damn near stopped as I realized what was beneath my hand. And Geta then removed her hand, but left mine on her chest. I was scared to even move, and I gasped slightly when she tilted my head to look at her. "It's okay, Corbin. You can touch," she said before letting go of my chin. Slowly and carefully, I began to let my hand roam over her chest, squeezing and rubbing it. When she moaned, I immediately looked up at her. She reassured me that it was a good sound of pleasure. I know, Zell. Yeah. I'm probably already blushing just from reading this. um, I started to look back down, but before I could, she kissed me. My eyes went very wide as the very breath in my chest was stolen from me. When that kiss was broken, a small whimpering whine escaped my throat. Ingetta raised an eyebrow, but smiled before moving to face me. She straddled my lap as one would a horse, with both her hands on my shoulders. I have no response though. VJ! Oh my goodness! I know! This is the actual book. I have a viewer named Panda, and he has a friend that wrote this book, and I agreed to read it, for them. So I had no idea what's in here or anything or what it's about. So oh my gosh, no. So I don't know what's going to happen. So I was not expecting to read this today though. The only problem that I had with this was that this put the junction of her legs, her center directly on top of a bulge growing in my pants. Then since the sensation was an electrifying jolt of pleasure, both of my hands went to her hips to grip them as I moaned quite loudly. Before I could react, she was kissing me once more. Touch me, Corvin, please. I want you to know my body, to know me. She whispered softly into my ear before peppering my neck in soft, tickling kisses. She slowly ground her hips against me, which definitely was getting me hard. My hands steadily began to explore her back and hair. Getting a bit bold, I began to lift up the hem of the simple dress she wore. When Ingetta did not stop me, I began to move my hand up her bare thigh, following her natural curve. I quickly discovered that she was not wearing any ladies' undergarments. I glanced at her and she giggled, but said nothing as she took my hand to her ass. After a few moments of this, she climbed off. Worried that I had upset her, I grabbed her hand. She looked back at me and then smiled. Come with me, Corvin. She pleaded with me before pulling me out of my chair. She led me down a different hallway, and in this moment, I did not care. As I was walking hand in hand with her, she suddenly put her back against the wall. She pulled me to her so that she was pinned up against the wall before taking my hand and putting it up her dress and directly on her, so I was cupping her pussy. I moaned as I felt her wet warmth. Oh my god. I'm sorry guys, if anybody apparently has issues with smut, this book is probably not the best book. I moaned as I felt her wet warmth against the palm of my hand. At her prompting, I let my fingers slide in between the lips between her legs. Slowly and steadily, I was gaining confidence. Awkwardly but confidence nonetheless. All too soon, she pushed me off her and took me to a room. Wait, are you like making fun of me reading this, Zell? I mean, okay, VJ, he did kind of refer to her as a horse in a way. So, no. Oh my goodness. Yes, yeah. Okay. We're going to continue. Let's do another raffle. I don't know how long it's been. There we go. She stripped me of my shirt and unbuttoned my pants quicker than I could respond. But when I was stripped of even my undergarments, I blushed and attempted to cover my cock and balls. She guided me to a chair where she straddled me once more. Oh my goodness. Everything became a whirlwind as a pair of hands slid down my neck and body, all the way down to grip my cock and balls firmly. Moaning, I turned to look for their owner, but a third pair of hands caught my face. I was kissing one person while touching another. I knew it was the three women, but my mind was such a hormonal, horny mess that I couldn't tell who was who. Oh my goodness. I'm like so embarrassed reading this. I suddenly felt a tight, warm moistness envelop my full cock. I gasped at the sensation and the moan as that wetness began to slide up and down. This is kind of graphic. My mind completely lost track of everything except for pleasure. I mean, okay, I think it's actually 4 women, VJ, because he has the owner, which is the one that's been doing stuff to him, and then 3 other women, it seems like, came up. So I don't know if I have the I gamble thing. I don't know if I have that option. Okay. Let us hear your sounds, Corbin. Moan for us. A voice said, and that was all it took for me before I damn near screamed out my ecstasy. My senses became a whirlwind of pleasure. I couldn't tell who was who. All I knew was that I was experiencing extreme pleasure. A pleasure that I knew Corvo would likely never approve of. And honestly, I didn't care about it anymore. I wasn't sure how long all of this went on for. I know that the bodies of these women all seemed to take their turns on my cock. But I could feel the most peculiar pressure building in my lower stomach. I frantically tried to push that feeling away when a voice in my ear said, "Don't fight it, Corvin. I promise you it will feel incredible." What happened next, I could only describe as an extreme explosion of pleasure. I screamed as wave after wave of pleasure rocked my body. I mean, so this is his first time of doing anything like this. So he's basically losing his V card. So the sounds of the women around me crying out on their own pleasure surrounded me. My body was exhausted rather quickly and I fell limp in the chair. I don't think he's dreaming. I don't know. Now I'm wondering. So he's at a brothel. I mean, you have a point. That's a good point. But so I know he's at a brothel for sure. Gentle hands pushed me from that chair and cleaned me up. I don't even remember my head hitting that pillow, but I must have, because I woke up laying on my back with Angeta on my side and Relina on the other. The Lady Myrna was putting on her robe when she spotted me being awake. She smiled at me. I do sincerely hope you enjoyed yourself with all three of us last night. BJ, you're right, it is 3. You're right, it's 3. And it seems like he was not dreaming. I stared at her in shock. 3? I had all 3 of you? I stuttered out in surprise. Oh, I did the wrong voice for that. She nodded and smiled again before going to wake up Angeta and Relina. Once I was left in the room alone, my mind wandered. I literally just lost my virginity to 3 gorgeous women. I was definitely happy and satisfied, but I knew I would need to move on shortly so as to avoid getting chased out as I had in other locations. Okay, so now we're on chapter 11. Well, that was an interesting chapter 10. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it seems like no, VJ. Did your mom really? Your dad? No. What? Oh my goodness. I had a somebody sent me a TikTok. I wonder if I could play it somehow. So I could show y'all. No. I didn't even know that was a thing. That is hilarious. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. How do I, okay, I know I could do the... Okay, so I had somebody send me a TikTok the other day. It was actually Bohemian that sent it to me. And it was hilarious. Open in browser, visit site. Okay, let me see if I could display this on here. What do I want? Display capture? Maybe this is not what I want. Hold on. Okay, Okay. So this here, is it going to play? No, hold on. So this was sent to me the other day.
think I could have possibly comprehended the monster I'd be unleashing by making that
Really?
last video. Y'all are unhinged, and we have an update. Bad news, good news. Bad news, we haven't...
Okay.
I don't think I could have possibly comprehended the monster I'd be unleashing by making that last
Can y'all
video.
hear that okay?
Y'all are unhinged, and we have an update. Bad news, good news. Bad news, we haven't found the sexy priest one, unfortunately. Good news, when my dad said he'd done a few of these, he deeply undersold the breadth of his work.
Apparently that's his dad.
That's my dad! Every single one! For choice, we got regarding ready. We've got the marriage test. We've got a family of his own. We've got shadows and light from the... Both of my parents are getting a kick out of this, by the way. Apparently there's a lot more, so let's see if we can find them all. I'm collecting sexy pictures of my dad like Pokemon.
Wait. Nuh-uh. Y'all knew your dad. Wait, you knew a guy. Oh my goodness, that is hilarious. Yeah, that was sent to me by Bohemian the other day. And I cracked up laughing. That is funny. Oh, VJ, I don't know if you guys shout out. We could go ahead. Let's do a video one since we're in between reads. Where are you? There we go. Maybe. There we go. Wait, what's this Pinterest? Hold on, I gotta look. Oh my goodness, are you serious? Oh my gosh. Hold on. That is hilarious. Dude, he looks like... He reminds me of the Hulk. Yes! Really? Oh my goodness. That is hilarious. Oh my gosh. Alright. Okay, so, yeah, so we basically just read, Corvin losing his, V card. Wait, I mean, okay, I could probably see that. I could probably see that. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's continue to chapter 11. Let's see what happens next. Chapter 11, Settling In. What was only supposed to be one night of rest quickly became a week. Oh, he stayed here for a week, which then became a couple of months. Every single time I told myself that it was time to move on, the lady in Marina always seemed to know it. She would find a reason for me to stay. It eventually got to the point that she directly asked me to stay on and live at the cottage inn. I could practice my own medicine in the town. The cottage inn would become my home with 2 rooms set aside for my own personal use as well as any meals I wanted. In exchange for this, I would act as a source of security for Lady Myrna, Relina, and Ageta, something that I was only too happy to do. Any injuries or medical care that these women require, I was there for them. More than once, I had to step in and escort an unruly patron out of the inn, With the nature of business that Lady Myrna and the others ran, it sometimes brought out some very unsavory folks out from the darkest of alleys. And it was not just men who paid for their company. Women, too, sought out their services. There were even a few patrons who requested other pronouns. It was a rare request in that inn, but one that the Lady Myrna and others were happy to oblige. Apparently, yes. Apparently. And it makes me wonder what they did to make him stay. He's also apparently their doctor. I sat in the dining area in a chair designated for myself by the fire. From there, I watched as a few patrons even came in with partners of their own. Those who came in with partners of the same gender always caught my attention, especially the men. I had heard so many stories of hatred for such couples, but here they were welcomed with open arms. It wasn't often that I was out overnight, but I always came back to these women that I eventually grew to care for deeply. I had found myself a family all my own. I had decided to stay on permanently with these women. When that announcement was made, the Lady Myrna made us all a genuinely nice meal to celebrate on one of our quieter nights. Steadily over time, I got to learn many things sexual. Okay. Both upstairs and down in the sexual torment chambers. Giving and receiving. They're not actually his family, I think, but yeah, he is kind of referring them to his as a family. You're right, Zell. You're right. Like, y'all couldn't see me, like, you know, but I was definitely making some shocked faces reading that a minute ago. It was one of these quieter nights that we had just finished up our supper and we were just relaxing a bit. I was sitting and working on finishing some notes in my medical journal. A young man came in, to which Lady Myrna went to greet him. I mean, you see my face? You, like, it's on the screen. And actually, I can make different faces. I always forget about them. Hold on. I can't remember. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, dang it, I don't remember. But I can do faces. I just gotta remember how to do them. Because I always forget, I never use them, so I really should. I paid no mind to this, as I was never needed for those services. So when the Lady Myrna approached me and placed her hand on my shoulder, I looked at her as I placed my hand over hers. Oh, I forgot VJ. I don't know if you're still here, but I got my camera working. Because I think you were here last week when I had all the camera issues, but yeah, see? And it doesn't freeze up. So, okay. Sorry, side thing. Corvin, this will definitely sound unusual as it is a first, she started to say. But this young man does not want our usual girls or myself. I raised an eyebrow at her before asking. So, he does not want that which we offer? Perhaps a brothel recommendation, then? She shook her head no. We do actually have what he wants, she said, which only confused me more. The young lad made a special request for you, actually, Corbin. He wants to spend a night with you instead. My jaw dropped, and I blushed a deep red. What? I choked a bit on my saliva. He actually wants to, I made the hand motion to simulate what normally happens in that inn. She nodded but informed me that I definitely did not have to do this. The thing was, I very much did. You will be kept safe, Corbin. I know why you're worried, but I promise that you will that we will keep an eye out for you, just as you have for us. I cannot deny that my breath quickened at the mere thought of the fact that I had been requested by a patron. And not just any patron, but one of the male patrons. He was a good-looking lad for sure. I looked him up and down as I contemplated the offer. I looked at him and then at Lady Myrna and at my desk before returning to the lab. I put my hands down on the desk and stood up. Lady Myrna, I will accept this young lad's request for my company tonight. To which she smiled and pointed her fingers up. Top floor room has all that you will need. Sorry. I nodded and with my hands shaking a bit, but I made my way to the lad and held out my hand. I smiled at him and led the way upstairs to that room in question. Letting him in that room, I locked the door behind us. I was absolutely nervous about this. I had been with women, but never men before, even though I myself had bottomed and topped for the women in such manners. I looked at this young lad who seemed to be just as nervous as me. He kept glancing at the window, almost afraid. I walked over and drew the curtains close. So, you got a name? I asked of him, and I leaned back on the windowsill. Sergo. My name is Sergo, he said quietly. I gently asked how he wanted to do this. I want to top you. I couldn't bottom. They would find out if I did. Sergo then took my hand and led me to the bed. Sergo, just to let you know, I am capable of performing both top and bottom. I am a switch in these things. Perhaps after you will allow me to show you the pleasure of being a bottom. He nodded his acknowledgement of the possibilities of such an arrangement. I slowly unbuttoned my shirt as I began to undress myself. Sergio did the same for himself. He then caught my jaw in his hand. He had a firm grip that maintained full control, which was surprising to me as he had seemed so timid downstairs. He kissed me, which I did my best to melt into. I wanted this experience with another man, but he was definitely not an incredible good kisser, I found as he mashed his lips to mine. His hand pulled my hips to his. I could not help but moan out my excitement. Sergio's hand crept down the curvature of my ass and my arms went to rest upon his shoulders. I was pushed back into the bed before I was flipped onto my stomach. There was something about the roughness that really got me excited. His preparing of my ass was one of determination. At least he used plenty of oil for the lubrication. Sergio entangled his hand into my hair and pushed my head down, all while my hips and ass were pulled up. This pretty little ass is all mine, and no, you should not top me. I don't care if you are a switch. You are but a slut boy to me, a toy to be used for my pleasure. I moaned loudly at this. Oddly enough, I found his talking like that to be very hot. I gasped loudly as he pushed into me. Once I had adjusted, he began to use my body as a means to his own pleasure. The pace was brutal and hard. That ball of pleasure grew in my stomach, and I knew that I would not last much longer at this pace. Moaning out louder, I cried out, I'm close. But no sooner had I said that, than I felt that spurt of hot seed deep within my gut. Panting, I turned my head to say, so close. But to my own frustration, he pulled out and released my head. Sergio got off the bed to clean himself up, leaving me there with my ass covered in cum. I knew the likely chances of receiving aftercare were slim at best, and I would be right as he swatted my ass. It was a good fuck, slut boy, he said as I sat upright. Before leaving, he flipped a solitary penny at me. It bounced off my chest and into my hand. Once he was gone, I took care of myself, that penny glaring at me from its place on the bedside table. I hated that penny with everything I had, but I was also aware of the fact that this was just how things were at this inn. I was pulling my pants on when the lady Myrna gently knocked on the door before coming in. She was checking up on me after my first time, after basically being told I was worthless. The embrace that she gave me was comforting and very much needed. And that was chapter 11. Get a drink here. We'll do another raffle. Which the points for the raffle is for book stickers, basically, so. Well, the chapters are kind of smaller right now, so that could be why. So yeah. So basically, chapter 11, right, yeah. We basically just read about Corvin's first experience with the guy. So, and that's basically all of it. And basically, like, I mean, the guy, like, just threw a penny at him, pretty much, and he felt worthless from it, so. Alright. We will, never mind. Okay, we'll continue to chapter 12. There is a puzzle going for anybody that wants to do that. Chapter 12, Ash and Sorrow. The season cycled twice since that night with Sergio. Over those many months, I was requested for nights of pleasure many times over, serving as both top and bottom. It was never something I sought after with men. I wanted to sure, but had not found anyone that caught my eye enough to want that. More often, I spent time with one of the three women I had come to consider family, any of which were happy to spend the night with me. A few of those times were just cuddling and absolutely no sexual activity at all. As I became more well known in the town, though, my medical services and skills were requested by many of the town folk. Sometimes my travel took me away from the inn for several nights at a time. On those nights, the lady Myrna always packed me food and drink for those days, as well as extra chewy honey sweets that I enjoyed. She had even taught me how to make them. They were a favorite among my younger patients and for myself. It made my job so much easier when it came to young ones. It was late spring when I had been called to emergency surgery out in the countryside. Upon my arrival to the farmhouse, I found the father of the family screaming in pain next to the plow. I found that the entire side of his calf had been cut like a butcher would a piece of meat. I shouted orders for him to be carried into the farmhouse. I grabbed a few supplies from my saddlebags and walked into that dirty, smelly farmhouse. He had been placed upon the table for me. I set about tying him down as I would be stitching the muscle back into place. That sounds horrible. It was a terrible, slow, and tedious process, one that took me all afternoon and late into the evening to complete. But the surgery was indeed completed and the man looked like he would heal well. I gave instructions that he was to keep the dirt out of that wound. If he did not, then I would come back and remove the leg entirely. I left shortly after cleaning up. I even gave the youngsters some of the candy sweets I had on my person. After which I hopped up on my stallion and trotted off back towards home. It had taken me at least a full day's travel to potentially a day and a half. I always enjoyed the ride through this part of the countryside. It was quieter and peaceful, with very few, if any, folk to see. About midway home, I stopped at a small pond, with a grassy meadow. I unsaddled my horse and let him graze on the fresh grass as I relaxed as well. I ate the delicious food that the lady Myrna had prepared for her, even sharing the apple with my stallion. Greedy brute stole most of it, but after I decided to go swimming in the pond, being that no one was around, I stripped naked before wading out into the waters. Floating in those waters was a rare special treat that showed me proof that my life would never ever get better than this. I had 3 gorgeous women who loved and cared for me, as I did for them. I had no tie-downs such as marriage. I absolutely could do as I pleased. Not a damn thing could touch this happiness that I found in my life. Hey! Is it Kylie Sta? I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Thanks for coming. How's your day going? Are you just Kylie's fine? Okay, cool. How's your day? Are you a streamer? I'll give you a shout out if you are. Sta. I'm doing great. Wait. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. I remember you. Okay. I'm sorry. I go into a lot of streams that sometimes Sometimes I forget, and I have bad memory too. So
Yeah.
it happens. Why does it sound like that? I don't like how the sound is. I need to fix the sound on those. I'll have to figure that out. Okay. Do I have it doubled somewhere? I don't think so. Like, you put it in as a browser source. I don't know. I'll have to check. Yeah, I'll have to check on that. But thanks for coming, Callie. So we are just reading, I don't know if I told you, so I stream books. Hey, Jess! Oh my goodness! Thanks for the sub! I do! Oh my goodness, you're okay. Oh my goodness. So how do I fix that then? Jess, how are you doing? Thanks for coming. Jess, I don't know, do you have any videos? Any clips? Jess had she's streamed a couple of times. So, I don't know if she has any clips yet. But we could do a shout out for sure. But I do, okay. So I do have it in multiple scenes. No, you don't. Okay. That's okay. Well, not yet. We could just do a regular shout out. I have it in my main stream, and then I have it in my just chatting stream. So what do I need to do on that? Oh, I'm sorry. I switched over. That's okay, Jess. Let's do a shout out, like just a normal oh, there you go. Dang it. I don't know how to, well, refresh. There's a refresh button. I never used that. I didn't know what that was. Okay, I hit that. No, thank you, Jess. Thanks for subbing. I appreciate it. So, what was I saying? Oh, we are, reading it's called, I think it's pronounced Coread, or something like that. Coread or something. It's a Plague Doctor romance, basically. It's by Connor Miller. Actually, Sangi just picked it up to be published. So that's what we're reading. We've already had some interesting scenes, that were very embarrassing for me to, read. So yeah. Alright. So we will continue. Let's see. Okay, so I refreshed the shoutouts, so we'll have to see if that works. Okay. Where was I? Sorry, give me a minute just to figure out. Here I was. A snapping branch nearby startles me, and I immediately sunk down low in the water. Oh, for the ones that just came, I have new commands, by the way. I think the list is here. There you go. So I'm really excited about these. Sunshine did them for me, and I really appreciate it. Because I don't know how to do them either. So, okay. A snapping branch nearby startles me, and I immediately sunk down low in the water. With barely even my eyes Hold on, let's start this too. Showing above the water. I looked to see who was responsible for this disturbance. From between the trees stepped out a short person who gazed around the pond. They turned around and removed their fedora and started to remove the plague doctor mask. Moving closer, they noticed me and froze. They kept their mask over their face tightly, and I was only able to see the eyes. There was a cold fear for a split moment that changed to emotionless. I stood up trying to go say hello. Hello there. Hey, don't go. Damn it, I said, but the other plague doctor vanished as if into thin air. They left no trace behind. I groaned but went back and soaked in the water. I am not sure how long I soaked after that, but my fingers and toes were wrinkled by the time that I got out of that water. My stallion's belly had been filled during our break. I brushed him down as I whistled a tune happily before tacking him back up to head back home. Oni, how are you doing? Thanks for coming. How's your day? Oh, Oni, you haven't been here. I got a whole bunch of new stuff. I'm super excited. I'm like super excited about it. So I just got it. I got new commands. You can see the commands with the I command, and then look at this. Oh no, where is it at? Oh, you know what? That's my fault. Hold on. I got a camera, Oni! I got a camera. I got it for a chat redeem, actually, but I'm super excited. I can now show people things. Oh, I'm sorry, Oni. I hope it gets better. Hopefully I could like help you relax with the reading. We're reading a Plague Doctor romance. There is smut in it, so it is, I think it's called, like, I think it's pronounced E-Meat. Do you know that brand? That is true. We've read like 2 smut scenes basically already. But the camera's like E-Meat. I don't know. I don't know what else. HD 1080. That's all I know about the camera. So I had a friend of mine, I don't know, they recommended it, so we'll see. So far it seems to be okay. I had another camera that I had last week and it was horrible because it kept on freezing and it wasn't working. So I had to get a different one. So yeah. And then there's some new redeems in there. Okay. I'm not sure how long I soaked after that, but my fingers and toes were wrinkled by the time that I got out of that water. My stallion's belly had been filled during our break. I brushed him down as I whistled a tune happily before tacking him back up to head back home. Stories! How are you doing? Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. You missed it earlier. Give me a minute, stories. I want to do a video shout out, but let me get to like a stopping point so it's not so like, you know. But stories, okay, this book is right up your alley. Okay. I didn't know. I haven't read this book, so this is the first time of me reading it too. And it's like a plague doctor romance or whatever. So we've had 2 smut scenes so far. So, I don't know what else is going to come out because we're still early in the book. So I'm sure more scenes are coming. Okay. As I rode along the trail, I gave brief thought to the short plague doctor. They seemed so scared and yet so emotionless. I wonder as to why. Why were they so afraid of me? It made literally no sense. I was of no threat to them. I shrugged and began to whistle a happy tune while my stallion led us home. I could occasionally smell a whiff of wood smoke, but paid it no mind. I stopped for a drink up on a hill that overlooked the town that I called home. I smiled as I looked over it, but made note of the wood smoke getting far stronger than before. It was a worrisome smell and was strong enough for me to wonder if it was a cottage on fire. Scanning over the town, I could see a smoky haze a bit more than usual, but no actively burning fire or building. A group of townsfolk were walking by on the road, so I decided to inquire about this. Good morning, sir. Might I inquire about the smoky air today? Seems quite a bit stronger than usual, I said in my usual manner, to which the man nodded. Yes, it would be a bit more seeing as there was a house that got burned down by some extremists. I heard tell that they trapped people inside and lit it all on fire. Could hear those screams meself, I did. As he spoke, I began to get increasingly nervous. I began to get an awfully bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. I thanked the man and urged my horse on into a gallop. Each moment I silently begged that it not be the end, that it not be my girls, but at the same time I had a feeling it was. After a bit, I came up to where the inn was, or rather should have stood. My heart stopped and then shattered. My home was gone, burned into a crisp. I jumped off my horse and shooed some curious bystanders off. If I lost my home, fine, but let my girls be okay. I was desperate and frantic to find them. Some of the inn was still smoldering as I climbed through it all, but something drew me to the remains of a room in the back, the Lady Myrna's room to be Pacific. Moving some charred beams out of the way, I fell to my knees with a cry of shock and agony. In a corner of the charred room were 3 bodies, all clutching onto each other desperately in their last moments of agonizing life. Tears filled up my eyes as I recognized the necklace that Lady Myrna was always so adamant about wearing. They were gone. Everything in my life that I had cared for, gone up in smoke, all because someone did not like them. I made my way to their remains, and upon attempting to hold them one last time, their bodies completely disintegrated into ash. They simply blew away into the afternoon winds. I felt my heart leave with them. All that was left with was Lady Myrna's pendant in my hand. I clutched that to my chest desperately. Giving some time, I became acutely aware of the gathered crowd. I slipped the pendant into my chest pocket before standing up and dusting myself off. That is when I started to hear the accusations start. That's him, the one we heard about. He's willing to lay with other men. How vile and disgusting. Sinners like them deserve to burn in hell. He will get what is coming to him. Then I heard someone whisper, "Go get the clergymen. They missed one." That last comment chilled me to the bone. I knew they were talking about me. I need to flee without getting time to properly mourn my girls. I quickly climbed over the rubble and grabbed a small metal chest from Lady Myrna's room and a charred leather bag from where my personal rooms have been located. Whistling for my horse, I quickly loaded everything up before mounting up. I heard my name called and could see the clergymen approaching. I knew if they caught me, then I would not survive. I urged my stallion to gallop through that group of people. Many hands tried to grab me, but all failed as I galloped off deep into the woods. Away from the place I could... Hey! Oh my goodness!
I want that. Little cuz his daddy stopped that.
Dang it, it's still doing the... Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
There you go. I think the sound... Thanks for the raid! Oh my goodness! Evie!
Why did you read that out? Oh my god, no, I did.
Oh my goodness!
Valhalla!
Thank you so much for the raid, guys! Yeah. I mean, it seemed like a pretty good clip. Bohemian, wait, did the head pat work? Hold on, let me do it for you, just in case, because I missed it. Sometimes it, OBSB. Guys, thanks for the raid. Okay, so just introduction. I am Legacy Bookish. I actually read books on stream. So if you like books and all books, then basically I'm perfect for you. So
she's definitely got a big book.
So anyways, we do like I do give do book giveaways. Right now I'm doing a loyalty giveaway where people could get book stickers and stuff. So that's what the points are for. I don't know if there's anything. The goddamn book! I don't remember. I don't remember anything about me. I didn't see the head bonk either. There you go, Bohemian. Oh my goodness, Bohemian. I was talking to VJ earlier, and we were talking about his dad or somebody that he knows did like a porno, like what do you call it, podcast or whatever, and I totally showed him that TikTok you sent me. Actually I haven't got your sticker yet because I haven't opened these other stickers, but I ended up having to get a new camera because I was having such issues with the other one. But look. Look, it is so much better than the other one. So I think it doesn't freeze or anything. So oh my goodness, that TikTok is hilarious. And apparently VJ said he used to work with a guy that did the same thing. Oh my goodness. Did you really, Evie? Have you read it yet? Do you like it? Is another question too. Oh my goodness, thanks for the follow. There goes my my emotes. Oh my goodness. So if y'all don't know, the book that was in the camera, there's an option for my subs, but there's also a chat redeem where you could get your name in the notebook here. And eventually, like when I hit a big milestone, I'm going to like do it as a giveaway. Yes, you should, Evie. It is really okay. So the story perceptions, it does have some triggers. I don't know. Do you have triggers? The King's Huntress is really good. I love that book. That's one of my favorites. Okay, hold on. I missed a whole bunch of messages here. DM Cake, thanks for coming with the raid too. If you're still here, how are you doing? Magna, thanks for coming too. Let's see. Do you say thanks a lot, Evie? Most people will like do sorry a lot. Hey, I don't blame you for wanting it, Bohemian. I think it's a cool idea, obviously, that's why. Oh my goodness, thanks for the biddies! How did I miss that? Thanks, Inspired! I appreciate it! What's the redeem? It is... There's... What is it called? Is it called book?
Oh! Come home! Oh, make
Let me see. That's the one right there. That's the redeem. That's not true. Inspired? Everybody's important.
Oh, make thyself.
Really, DM? Oh, I don't think I don't know. My streams are just okay. That's how I feel, at least. Okay. Put cake before me, then it's not 2 in a row. Oh, I remembered. Okay. So let's turn this on. So y'all can see. I did have it kind of, I don't know. Can y'all see that okay? I did have it like, where it was like that. There you go. Do I have a Beauty and the Beast? Oh my goodness, you know what, Bohemian? Let me show you something. These came from Sangi. In my first giveaway that I did for him. So there's that one. And then there's this one. Okay. So who am I putting first? DM Cake? Oh no. DM. Oh, come on. Come on, pen. I'm sorry, like, your name is, like, getting butchered by this pen. Yes. So, Bohemian, there's clouds. I have these rectangle square ones. I have heart ones. And I have circles. Big letters. You want a pink heart? Alright. Am I missing anything else? Okay, so you said a pink heart. Oh wait, I haven't even put. So my Zell, thanks for the biddies. Oh my goodness. Wait. Oh, it's showing me as a raider. I appreciate it, Zell. So my subscribers, like people that subscribe, they're able to, like, instead of just getting their name, they could write whatever they want. Magna! Oh my goodness! Thanks for the biddies! Thank you so much! So yeah, they could write whatever they want. Like, they're not just limited to just their names. Bohemian. Dang it. This pen's getting... Bohemian pick. What color heart did you say you want? Yes. You are not wrong. I'm gonna look in this other pile. What? Pink heart. Thank you. Bohemian, thanks for the biddies. I appreciate it. You're fine. So pink heart. Oops. I don't want to cover your name. All right. Was that it for the notebook? I need a cat one for sure. I'm gonna look in this other pile. Oh my gosh, Ivy! Thanks for the biddies too! Oh my goodness! You're crazy right now. I appreciate it. Damn! No! Come on, thanks guys! I appreciate it. Oh, I like that email. Evie, I have a question for you. What is your favorite evolution? We had this discussion on my Discord. Did I miss anybody? Did I miss anybody for the book? Or are we good? Oh my goodness, everybody. Glaceon, really? Really? Okay, so... Wait, there's a new Vaporeon? What to book do? What so? What to book do? Wait, I'm confused by that. Okay, so we had this conversation in my Discord, but my favorite is actually... I'm going to mispronounce it. It's this... Please don't like unfollow me for mispronouncing it, but that's what it is. The Sliveon? Sliveon? Wait, what is a new Vaporeon? Sylveon. Yes, that's my favorite. That's kind of what I base my colors off of, too. I know. Yes. See, exactly. Fairy type. See? Like I said, I based it off of that. What the book do? What book? I'm so... Princess! How are you doing? How was your day? Oh, guys, we could do video shoutouts since I'm kind of in a stopping point. Oh, I forgot that I still had that on. Thanks, Zell. Thanks. Hey, we... Dang it, why is it doing that again?
I should have to change those.
Whoops.
Wait a minute, those are the...
There you go.
Why is it not showing my bits thing that I put on there?
Why is it not showing the...
Oh, no, okay, I think that's only
Where did the clip go?
Okay, that's
What in the world? I don't know where the clip went. I'm sorry, princess. I feel like you got gypped. Hold on, let's do another one. There you go, yeah. Thanks, Zell. There you go, there you go. Oh my goodness, princess, is this you eating like the spicy stuff? Oh, this is the bug? No! Oh my goodness. Your face! You look so tormented right now. Oh my gosh! Wait, what just... Why is my emotes go? What? Wait, did something happen? Oh my goodness! DM! Thanks for the sub! Thank you so much! Oh my... Why is it doing that? When I hit the refresh, the clip goes away for some reason. Evie's like, are you good? It does look painful. DM. You're kind of already in my book, but I could put whatever you want in this book if you want. And stickers and all of that. So you just tell me what you want. I mean, I would not be able to do anything like that. Do you really want me to put that? Okay. Let's do... Here we go. Let me try to hit refresh before doing this and see. There we go. Change the camera here. Sorry, guys. We're going right on this side, just because it's easier. Cake. Oh wait, you want it? Do you want I heart legacy, or do you want like I love legacy? Like I could put the heart. Yes, I could do the heart sticker. Ooh, do you want that, DM? Heart with the sticker. Okay. What color sticker? You gotta tell me what color. Bohemian's like, I got it. We could do some more. Who else gave biddies earlier? Bohemian did, so we'll do Bohemian. The teal. Dang it, I forgot to hit the refresh, guys. I'm sorry. I need to figure out a way on the camera. Oh, let's see. Okay, I know I missed a whole bunch. Let's see. Pokken. Oh, you know what? I played that before. The Pokemon that's kind of like League of Legends. I only played it for a minute. I didn't play it very long. I'm just trying to see who else for the thing. Evie. Evie. We gotta do another one for Evie. So, just to let everybody know, at least my subscribers, I'm changing my subscriber channel in my Discord. Dang it, I forgot to hit the refresh again. This is Evie. I like Evie. I like his streams. Same as Bohemian. But I'm changing my subscriber channel on my Discord. What I'm not going to be doing. Oh,
Hey!
No, I'm talking about.
dang it! I need to hit. Why is some of them like louder than others?
I can't go louder! Put your cows into it, baby! Oh shit! Sniper! Hey!
Video, audio. Okay. You can hear Bohemian. So I'm changing my subscriber channel. Unless somebody particularly requests for me to read a certain book, I'm changing it to just chatting. So anybody that subscribes, yeah, we're going to do the just chatting, because when I did the poll, there was 5 people compared to 1 that wanted. Yeah. Yeah. So there's a few people that haven't voted yet, but it was Evie. It was. Oh, I forgot. There we go. So yeah. So we're just gonna be just chatting on there. Did I miss anything else earlier? I can do what? Princess Candy. I don't know if you have to do I join. Oh. Yes, I just learned. I had somebody basically teach me on how to do the video shout out. It's a website or whatever. Okay, I don't remember, Princess, if I told you what I had, but basically it's all Reese's. So I have Reese's Cup, Reese's Take 5, and a Reese's Fast Break. Second up, the Take 5. Alright. Here we go. Thanks for the candy, Princess. Do you not like the fairy dust option, DM? Yeah, so Sunshine is the one to teach me. It's a website. What was it called? Zell knows what it is. Is he still in here? I don't remember the website. There you go. Yes, no, that's what it is. So you could go there and you could set it up on that link there. So I appreciate it, Zell. Also Twitch Guru or Streaming Guru or something like that, they have an option to do the clips. I didn't like the option on there because it was automatic, and I wanted more control of when we do them, because I didn't want to do video things while I'm like reading and stuff. So it depends what you want, you know. Okay. Anything else? Are we good? Are we good? I think we're good. Actually, okay, I'm going to read like a couple sentences and then I'm probably going to head off. Yeah, same here. Same here. So yeah, I would go to that scene.gg. Let me finish off this chapter, which, by the way, guys, LE? What is LE? Just to let y'all know, apparently this is a smut book and we've read 2 scenes already. And Zell and VJ were making fun of me for reading it. Fairy Dust. No, I don't think Fairy Dust is a book. But when people think of fairy, because, you know, like there's, like, they have fairy dust, you know? I mean, in a way, you were. So let me finish this. The last comment chilled me to the bone. I knew they were talking about me. I would need to flee without getting time to properly mourn my girls. I quickly climbed over the rubble and grabbed a small metal chest from Lady Myrna's room and a charred leather bag from where my personal rooms had been located. Whistling to my horse, I quickly loaded everything up before mounting up. I heard my name called and could see the clergymen approaching. I knew if they caught me, then I would not survive. I urged my stallion to gallop through that group. Wait, I think I read this. Through that group of people. Many hands tried to grab me, but all failed as I galloped off deep into the woods, away from the place I had called home for nearly 2 years. Okay, and that's the end. And that's where we're going to leave it.